What's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your local problematic Leo and we're back with another contact lens review. ColorCL has actually gone and sent me their latest launch, which is the Color Addict 1-Day lenses. We've got two different styles in two different colors, so 4 contact lenses all in all. And I feel really bad because I'm a little bit late to the game. However, I did hurt myself. So, you know, it's a valid excuse. So without ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. Now, as channel tradition dictates, I'm going to go ahead and read you the stats while I show you what I'm working with without any contacts in. So the base curve is 8.7 millimeters, while the diameter is 14.2 millimeters. However, do keep in mind that these are originally Asian market releases, which means that the pupil diameter is a little bit larger than the normal halo and iris lenses that are only 4 millimeters. Which means that these are absolutely fantastic for anyone who experiences any issues with blurriness when it comes to having too tight a pupil hole. Now, me personally, I like having a real tight pupil hole, but that's just me. Now, the other thing to be aware of is that these are 1-day lenses, but you do get a pack of 10 of them, which means that you'll get 5 different uses per color. So one pack is one color 5 times, but there's 10 different contact lenses in them. Listen, my math is not necessarily the greatest. However, each of these packs is gonna run $16 a piece. However, up until March 31st, they are having a little bit of a launch sale, which you can pick them up for $14.40. And I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments had told me that my code ROB10 does work on top of that to get 10% off of your order, but it would also help me out big time if you went ahead and used the affiliate link down in the comments below. Bookmark it if you love the information that you get here as well. Alrighty, so before we take a look at each of the individual colors, let's have a quick chat about construction. Now, across the board in both the Lychee as well as the Syrup series, these do end up on the more translucent end of the spectrum. Now, don't get me wrong, I love me a fantastic Instagram lens that just pops in all of your photos. However, one thing I've been doing a lot lately is, of course, taking my contact lenses to work and trying them out in different lighting sources. And let me tell you, those Instagram lenses are not necessarily the greatest in like the halogen bathroom lighting. And you look at yourself and you're like, you looked really nice when I was like in the car, when I was walking around in normal sunlight. But as soon as we get in this gross artificial lighting, I look kind of crazy. And I kind of never want to look crazy at work, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I've been enjoying more of my unclockable lens styles, which these definitely fall into lines of. Now, when we take a look at the Lychee series, these have no limbal ring, and they do kind of fall into more of the hydrocore end of the spectrum, which they have like one kind of main color. It blends into 2 different colors and it warms up a little bit more in the middle. It's got some striations, and if I'm gonna be honest with you, the patterning on it is a little bit sheer, so you don't necessarily get an insane amount of detail, but you do get some nice depth out of them. Now, when it comes to the Syrup series, they actually have a nice little thin limbal ring, which I do feel is a little bit more opaque, so it kind of grounds it into the eye a little bit more. I'll be honest with you, when I first saw the patterning on them and how they kind of like looked in the blister, I was like, don't know if I'm gonna like these as much. But because of the fact that they are more on the translucent end of the spectrum, they actually do a great job of like blending into the eye. Now, this one is a little bit monochromatic. It doesn't necessarily have some of the highs and lows and the mixtures of colors in the Lychee series, but for this one, it actually kind of provides a nice frame around the eye, and it has a great gradation of color that kind of like blends into your own natural shade, which I absolutely love. So kicking things off, we have the most intense of the bunch, which of course is the Lychee Gray. Now, as many of you guys know, I'm a big fan of gray contact lenses, and these ones are definitely solid. They do a lot of the same things that other gray contacts do, where they have the kind of like gray exterior, and then they kind of blend in a little bit more warmth as they get closer to your pupil, retina, iris, the center part of your eye. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So that it helps blend with your own natural eye color. Now, the one thing that I do have to put out there is, because of the fact that this style does tend to be more on the translucent side, I actually think that these are absolutely fantastically calibrated, because when you look in my eyes, they definitely look like they're gray, but they don't look like overwhelmingly artificial, which y'all know I love me a good unclockable moment, and this one definitely fits into that batch. Next in line, we have Lychee Green, and I don't know what it is. I feel like ColorCL was coming from a net in this collection, because we started out with an absolutely fantastic gray. Now we're moving on to a really solid green, and as you guys know, I don't necessarily like those blue tone greens, but these ones, these ones are nice and olivey. Now, I don't necessarily know if it's because of the fact that they are so translucent. I don't want to say translucent because there's definitely color there. When you look in my eyes, they're definitely a different shade. However, they blend in with my own natural eyes, and I don't know if it's that warmth that's coming up that's making them more olivey, and if maybe somebody with blue eyes put these on, they'd come out a little bit more emerald. Regardless, in my eyes, I think that they look absolutely fantastic. They really remind me of the Siesta Crystal Greens, the one that almost look like an olivey apple green, but because of the fact that they have the lychee patterning to them, they do have a little bit of extra kick of dimension because they've got like the two-tone multicolor thing that they're going on there, but it's all like blendation and it's all dimension, so it's not like in your face, different patchy colors. Listen, they're just absolutely gorgeous. I'll let you take a look at them yourself and decide. So my camera battery died and the sun has set. However, the show must go on. So let's go ahead and take a look at Syrup Pink. Now, straight out of the gates, you can tell these lenses are not pink. They're kind of like this golden, honey, slightly ambery tone. And as I was telling you guys earlier, the Syrup lenses do have a little bit of a limbo ring. They're a little bit more intense on the outer edges and then gradiate inwards. So I think that they're a beautiful blend to your own natural color. So if you're looking for something that's going to give your own natural brown eyes a bit of a boost, these are absolutely perfect. However, if you're looking for something more along the lines of like a pop or like a kick, you're going to want to look somewhere else. But if you're scared of looking like a zombie and you want something a little bit more unclockable, these are going to work perfectly for you. And last but definitely not least is Syrup Khaki. Now, I feel like whenever Color CL releases something named Khaki, we know that it's just going to be beautiful and wonderful and work fantastically in my eyes. And that's the same story here. Like I was saying earlier about the Syrup series, they do have that thin kind of like brown limbo ring and then it gradiates into your own eye color. But here's the fantastic thing. It's got enough intensity on the outer edge that you can tell that it's that beautiful kind of khaki green, and then because of the fact that it's got some nice translucency as it gradiates into the interior. Remember, they were saying that this was like an Asian market release and that the pupil holes, you know, the holes in the center are a little bit larger. Don't know what it really means, but because of the fact that that all kind of like mingles in the construction, it just gradiates beautifully into brown eyes. So what you get is this kind of like deep, rich limbo ring that's just there. And then you have that green shade that blends beautifully into your own brown shade, and it doesn't interfere with the own natural depth of like the center of your eyes. So I don't know, I just think it's really, really pretty and I really, really like it. And I don't know, it's just a great launch and I love all the khaki stuff. I know, listen, let me enjoy the things that I enjoy, okay? And not be ashamed of them. And that does it for my review of the Color Addict One Day lenses. I thought basically all of the shades were absolutely gorgeous. I think that if I was just gonna select two from the bunch, I would pick Lychee Green as well as the Syrup Khaki. Now, I do love the Lychee Grays, but I have so many gorgeous gray contact lenses, and the construction on that one was very similar to a lot of the other ones that I've had. And then, of course, the Syrup Pink, which was a liar, but still a beautiful liar. There's other kind of like brown shades that I like as well, and I don't necessarily reach for brown shades as much as I reach for the grays or the greens. So those two, not necessarily at the top of my list. However, the green ones this time around, ooh, they tickled my fancy. So definitely go ahead and check those ones out. And don't forget, you can use code ROB10 on any of your purchases to get 10% off of your order. And feel free to go ahead and use the affiliate link down in the description box below. Regardless, that about does it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. My ass is about to go get some DoorDash and do some home workouts. So I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.